In this video, I'll briefly be talking about what art therapy is, the educational training required in order to become an art therapist, one of the main struggles an art therapist faces, and what to expect in an art therapy session. What is art therapy? It is a specialty within the field of psychology that is a hybrid of using counseling with expressive art making, which creates its own profession. It is not simply a modality where a therapist occasionally uses art in session. It's way more complex than that. Just like there's marriage and family counselors and child psychologists, which are separate professions with their own educational requirements, art therapy is the same. So yes, it is therapy. Yes, it's a mental health profession. And no, it is not those ink blot things, but I understand the confusion. In order to become an art therapist, it requires specific education and training, which enables a person to ethically practice as a mental health professional. In order to ethically call yourself an art therapist or say that you provide art therapy as a service, you need to accomplish three major things. First, a person needs a bachelor's degree with specific undergraduate classes in fine arts and psychology. Second, a person needs a master's degree from an accredited art therapy and counseling program. Third, upon graduation, the new professional has to be in the process of completing a minimum of 1,000 direct patient contact hours while receiving at least 100 hours of supervision from a board-certified art therapist, an ATRBC. That third step is referred to as the provisional or residential period, and the fresh graduate has achieved their ATRP credential, making them a provisional registered art therapist, which allows them to practice under supervision. Once those three things are accomplished, a person can then apply for their registered art therapist credential, their ATR, you drop the P, and practice on their own. Those three things are no simple task. It often takes around 8 to 10 years to complete all of these education and training requirements. It takes grit, dedication, focus, and passion to become an art therapist. One of the main struggles, because there are many, that an art therapist faces is that art therapists often encounter mental health professionals who have not acquired the appropriate education, yet say that they offer art therapy in their services. So if you're on Psychology Today, Simple Practice, or other search engines looking for a therapist and they say that they offer art therapy but do not have ATRP, ATR, or ATRBC behind their name stating their credentials, they are not qualified. Working with art while holding the space for a patient in their most vulnerable moments is an intricate process. A person can easily cause harm when using art to work with trauma if they do not know what they're doing in a therapy setting, which goes against the ethical principles, and professionals could be reported for doing so. What can you expect in an art therapy session? Every art therapist is different in the way that they work, but what you can expect is a mixture of creating and talking. An art therapist knows how to hold the space in silence if that's what you need in order to get into a flow state, or if you're having difficulty talking about an issue. That's the beauty about art therapy. Words do not have to be spoken for deep processing to take place when you're creating. A variety of supplies will be available. The art therapist knows how to be mindful and not drastically pushing you out of your comfort zone when using certain mediums, and will be able to guide you in how to use the supplies. Sometimes there's specific directives in mind that the art therapist already has planned for you to do in session. Other times they will just listen to you, share your thoughts, and from there, the art therapist is able to think of a project idea on the spot to allow you to go deeper into what you were just sharing. Creating can take 5 minutes or it can take multiple sessions. It's up to you on how fast you want to work, and it would depend on the type of art piece or project that you're making. Art therapy is quite flexible in its ability to be tailored to your unique needs. Healing also takes place in art therapy sessions when reflecting on the art that you just created. This is where the unconscious information becomes conscious. Through reflection, it will give you the opportunity to integrate. What is wild is that when you look back on old pieces, even more realizations will surface. You can gain different perspectives, and some things will just finally click. The work that you will accomplish in art therapy can put you in a constant state of evolution, which is the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful, that you feel safe in knowing the educational background of art therapists, and that it has fueled a fire within you to dive into your own healing journey through art therapy.